after 180 kilometers today through the Netherlands and Germany, I think I have a pretty good feel for the bike. This is a good step in terms of the evolution of motorcycle riding. When I have it in sport mode and I'm at a stoplight and I get going and I throttle it, I hit 100 kilometers an hour really fast and really smooth. I mean, it goes through the gears faster and smoother than I would do manually. I didn't get any experience getting to go off-road, but definitely on the street, wow, it is fast. A few more reflections on sort of the sport mode versus the regular mode. So, you know, this is how you start the bike, and the bike starts off in neutral. You see the N there, it starts off in neutral. When you're ready to go, you hit this here. And that basically puts it into first gear, and then as you turn the throttle, then you get going. Now if you want to put it in sport mode, you see the S there as well. As you're riding, you hit that again and it'll go into sport mode. And this was another annoyance to me when I was flipping between sport mode and this regular D mode, whatever D stands for. It would take a while. It was not really fast. So that was quite annoying. Just another thing to point out real quick, that's the manual and auto button. And again, surprisingly, that can only be engaged while you're driving. To back up, you can switch this when you are stopped. I forgot about that. But it defaults back to the D mode. Maybe that's what D means, default. It goes back to that normal standard mode every time you turn off the bike. So you always have to manually switch it back to sport mode. Maybe if you go deep into the menu, you know, on the dashboard, maybe there's an option to set that so it always is in sport mode whenever you start the bike. But anyway, if you want to go to manual mode, you have to be riding already. You can't do that at stop. You have to start in automatic every time. So the delay between the sport mode and the regular mode is really annoying to me. I do not like that at all. There's no storage on this bike. That was a little bit surprising. Underneath the big seat here, there's kind of a cavity there's a factory tool kit that goes there. It's really small, just kind of your standard thing. But there's no box underneath there, and you know there's a second seat here, and a lot of times this will come off and there will be a box underneath this, but there is nothing underneath that. So that was a little bit surprising. The keyhole is right there to take the seat off real quick. Another thing I'm a little bit annoyed by, this is the factory rack. On the back of it, you can see it's got these little things that drop down so you can put a hook around it and things when you're trying to put a net and bungee cords and whatever you want down over here. But it's only like on the back half of the rack here. So if you're trying to do something front to back and you're trying to come around the front, there's really nowhere to hook it onto. I did get to ride 2 weeks ago. I was in Turkey and I got to ride the BMW GS 800, and I think that's considered a comparable bike to this. It's not the 1200, it's the 800 that would be comparable to this bike. This does have a whole lot more power. It feels like a lighter bike. It does feel like a more nimble bike to me. It feels like were it given proper tires, this would be a better off-road performer just in terms of its ergonomics. I don't know that for a fact. I haven't taken either of them off-road. I'm just talking about the feel of it. And a lot of that has to do with what my daily rider is. It is a dual sport that's lighter and is much more off-road worthy than any of these other bikes are. And so I think that's just a reflection on this bike feeling a lot more like that bike. Shoot me some questions and I'll see if I can answer them and have some feedback. Thanks, guys.